So, when you log into a multiplayer video game, right? There's this expectation of fairness.
Right, like everyone starts at level 1.
Exactly. You get the exact same basic gear, a totally clean slate. But then you step into modern life and it feels like you've been dropped into a completely rigged lobby.
Oh, totally. You just open up.
Yeah, you scroll through Instagram or LinkedIn and everybody else is already at like level 99.
Just endless highlight reels.
Right. It's just a bombardment. So, welcome to today's deep dive. We're getting into some really interesting excerpts from The Mastery of Self, The Art of Quiet Progress.
Which is such a fascinating read.
It really is. And our mission today for you, listening, is to unpack what might just be the ultimate antidote to all this modern burnout and, information overload.
By proving why your past self is really your only true competition.
Exactly. Because we have to figure out why we constantly feel like we're falling behind, right?
Yeah.
Even when we are actually moving forward in our own lives.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't need to rehash the absolute basics of social comparison theory here. We know human brains are hardwired to assess
It's a
status.
survival mechanism and all that.
Right, but the text makes this really fascinating distinction about the scale of it all today.
The scale, like how many people we see.
Exactly. We've gone from comparing ourselves to like 50 people in our local village to an algorithmically curated top 1% of, 8 billion people.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we took a tribal survival mechanism and completely weaponized it against ourselves.
It is the absolute definition of an unwinnable game. And Seneca actually nailed this centuries ago. He said we suffer more often in imagination than in reality.
But wait, I have to push back on that a little. Isn't looking at that top 1%, exactly how we set ambitious goals for ourselves?
How so?
Well, if I don't see someone else achieving something massive, how do I even know what's possible to aim for?
No, that's a fair point. Inspiration definitely has its place. But the danger is when you attach your core identity to those external goals.
Okay, so it's an identity issue.
Right. The text leans on James Clear's philosophy here. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems.
Oh, I love that quote.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Relying on an external goal is fragile because it's basically a pass or fail state. A system is about focusing on daily micro progress.
Like just taking it one step at a time.
Literally. There's this story in the text about two runners. The first one fixates on his competitors, always checking who is pulling ahead.
Right, constantly looking over his shoulder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he burns out emotionally within a year. But the second runner, he ignores the pack completely and focuses strictly on his own step count.
Just running his own race.
Yeah, today a little more, tomorrow a little more, and he completely transformed.
That's literal compound interest right there. Reading one single page of a book today feels, mathematically insignificant.
Sure, it feels like nothing.
But if you do that every day for a year, that habit compounds into an entire library. It's like Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. A 10-minute workout doesn't give you a new body overnight.
But over 6 months, it builds a totally new identity.
Right. But even if self-comparison is the only honest metric, our environment is still actively working against us.
Oh, 100%. External comparison is mathematically unfair because you only see the polished end product.
Yeah, you don't see the messy middle.
Or their starting line, or their 10 years of compounding habits, or, their hidden support systems or natural talent. Self-comparison is the only truly honest metric we have because you have all the data.
Because you know exactly where you were yesterday.
Exactly.
So how do we fight that? Because social media algorithms are literally designed to force that external comparison. How do you build a daily firewall against that?
Well, the text suggests shifting your focus entirely to controllable metrics, specifically things like your own learning, discipline, control, and direction.
Okay, so focusing inward.
Yeah, and this isn't just a mindset shift, it's a neurological one. When you focus on discipline, you actively rewire your brain's reward center instead of a cheap dopamine hit from, say, someone liking your photo.
Which is basically an external slot machine.
Exactly. You train your brain to get satisfaction from the friction of keeping a promise to yourself. It's like Viktor Frankl noted, when we can no longer change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves.
You're replacing the slot machine with an internal engine. I really like that. So how do we actively practice this?
To actually implement this, the source recommends this really quiet nightly routine.
Oh, I love a good routine. What is it?
Before bed, you just ask yourself three simple questions. What was I better at today? Where did I fall short? And what small improvement can I make tomorrow?
Just purely focusing on your own baseline.
Right. You can still absorb useful tactics from the world around you, like Bruce Lee said, absorb what is useful, but you don't copy someone else's identity.
So we aren't fighting other players in a rigged lobby anymore. We're just playing a single-player game, leveling up our own stats.
That is the exact takeaway.
Awesome. Well, to wrap up our deep dive today, I want to leave you, the listener, with a question to ponder.
A little food for thought.
Exactly. If every single social media platform vanished tomorrow and you could never see anyone else's achievements ever again, what is the very first goal you would pursue, purely for your own quiet progress?